the terrifying moment when it all began.
Ladies and gentlemen.
A major earthquake with nowhere to hide. In an instant, there is chaos. It was exactly 8:14 a.m. local time when the earthquake struck. This was the scene in a local government building in Seattle. For hundreds of miles around, office buildings, shopping centers, and homes were shaken from their foundations.
It really started to get quite serious, the shaking. At that point, I just thought, I could possibly die now. I mean, this is, I don't know if I can get down the stairs in time to reach the bottom floor. And then they also had my wife, screaming down my ear because she was working in one of the buildings.
I've never been so scared. It shook and swayed, and I just dove under my desk, and nobody really knew what to do. That was the scary part.
The transportation situation in the area has only exacerbated the situation. Damage to train and rail tracks have disrupted routes, while road and freeway damage has made getting in and out of the city a nearly impossible task.
Just look at this, a huge line stretching down into the distance, people waiting to catch a bus. There are thousands of people on the street tonight. The official advice, if you're safe, is to stay where you are. But after the shock of this afternoon's earthquake, many people just want to get home.
Travel issues have come from two major areas of devastation.
One of the major pieces of damage we had in downtown Seattle was on a pier on the Alaskan Way Viaduct. It's a structure that was built in the mid-50s and it was not built to current earthquake codes. So we knew it was a seismically vulnerable structure to begin with. What happened was we had some joints called knee joints that connect the vertical and horizontal supporting structure of the pier. The knee joint broke in the earthquake.
When the 7.9 earthquake hit, the intense jolt compromised a section of the seawall on Seattle's waterfront. When it buckled, it caused a chain reaction, collapsing a section of the Alaskan Way Viaduct. The other major area of damage concerned the 520 floating bridge, which connects Seattle to the east side. The bridge, scheduled to be replaced in 2014, is comprised of hollow columns, vulnerable to prolonged earthquake motion. With such a strong earthquake, the worst-case scenario happened. And then a further cause for alarm: damage to infrastructure. This oil refinery in Tacoma caught fire as a result of the quake, and then exploded to rage out of control. Flames billowed over 100 feet into the air, blazing like a fireball for hours. This amateur footage shows a gas line exploding, nearly missing the passing monorail above. Power outages are widespread, affecting nearly all of Seattle's power grid. Meanwhile, fire, along with search and rescue crews, continue to put out fires and search for trapped survivors. Rescue workers from as far east as Illinois have already been mobilized to assist in the effort. This afternoon, President Obama declared a national state of emergency, mobilizing the National Guard.
We are just now beginning to learn the extent of the devastation, but the reports and images that we've seen of collapsed hospitals, crumbled homes, and men and women carrying their injured neighbors through the streets are truly heart-wrenching.
Though a death toll has yet to be determined, it is feared to be in the thousands. With disrupted communications, the number of missing is impossible to know. For SCN World News, I'm John Mellor.